So what's going on today? Got some Sunday football on?
Yeah, Sunday football. Watched the fights last night. Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. That was cool. What do you think about that? That whole thing that happened. That was kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, there was a lot of turn of events right there at the end. So we had the three fights of the main card all got switched around.
That was so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. They were saying there was a brawl at the press conference.
Man, I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, it looked like, I do believe they all got switched at the last minute, because if you look at everybody fighting, they're kind of like not prepared. You know,
sure.
You could tell they're not prepared.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I saw online that Nate Diaz felt like he was forced to fight Chimaev.
Yeah, but we heard him in the post-fight press conference. And he was like, you know, Chimaev came in overweight and Nate was pissed, but he was like, I know I'm still going to fight someone else. They're going to figure it out. So,
well, yeah,
you know, UFC figure it out and then call me and let me know what you guys figured out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he wants his check, you know. Yeah. He's like, yo, I just want my check. It's my last fight.
But he was saying he was cutting weight and he was like, had 1 more pound to go.
Yeah.
And they told him that Chimaev was overweight, so he wasn't going to be fighting him. Or he knew they weren't going to fight because the athletic commission wouldn't sanction the fight. So he knew he had to have someone step in. I don't know if he assumed it was going to be someone on the card, or if it was going to be someone they flew in 24 hours notice. But you know,
yeah, that was really crazy. I can't believe Chimaev didn't make weight. He said something about his doctor saying that, you know, it was dangerous for him to cut.
Yeah, I don't know. See, we don't have any detail there. If you know, he was already showing signs of having difficulty with the cut. He seemed like he was willing and able to continue. Yep. But for some reason, a doctor told him not to continue.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
That's how it seemed.
That's what they said.
It seemed like that because that's how he was explaining it in the post-fight press conference.
Yeah.
So.
But wow, first round finisher, Chimaev. That was crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
he
came
dominated
out.
Him.
He was ready to go from the start. You know, Holland came out and was going to give him a
You saw that too, right? Everybody's, I don't know, dude. I thought that was pretty of a low blow from Chimaev to Holland.
Not very respectful.
Yeah, it's not very sportsmanlike. Like, you know, he's putting his hand out there.
But that's always a questionable thing. I mean,
that's true.
He's coming out there after they already touched gloves in the pre-fight with the ref. The ref goes, you know, we've been over the rules in the back. If you guys want to touch gloves now, go ahead and touch them, and and get ready for the fight.
Yeah.
And they both go back to their corners. They touch gloves. They both go back to their corners, right? And then they started the fight. And then why is he coming out?
Why does he want to touch gloves again?
Coming another high five to start it.
This isn't a date.
It's a different. But he's also setting a completely different tone by coming out and offering him the high five, because that's showing Chimaev that, hey, you're going to respond to my action and you're going to come out and start slow when I'm ready. Yeah. And that's not
what he wanted to do.
The ref says go.
Yeah.
Once that happens, it's, you know, everything's fair.
It's a free for all. Exactly.
So, I mean, I get it, because I've seen guys come out there and they'll like associate or like go along with like that respect, but it's also like they're also making a decision to go along with what the other person's wanting to do, and that's part of the fight. You don't want to do what that person wants to do. You're going to mess up their game, right?
Yep.
So him coming out, shooting for a takedown, and I mean that sealed the deal right there.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
And then I saw the same thing with Ferguson and Diaz. You know, Ferguson would put his hand out, and Nate Diaz would just like swat it out of the air. You know,
when
like don't give me no high five.
When was that?
That was during the Nate Diaz and Ferguson fight.
Yeah, but like at the end of the
round. That was like
second
round, beginning of the round.
During a fight.
Yeah, during a fight.
Yeah, so usually when based on what I've seen watching a lot of UFC fights, you'll see a guy slap someone's hand in the middle of, them squaring off, while they're just pacing,
feeling each other out, right?
If Nate were to slap his hand, I don't think at that point Tony's asking for respect. I think Tony's putting it out there because that's his stance. Yeah. He's putting it out there like this.
And he could be measuring him.
Yeah,
right?
He could be measuring him, and Nate just hitting the hand could disrupt that that gauge of distance.
True. It looked like he was like saying like, hey, like, second round, and Diaz was like, fuck that, like, get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I thought it was cool.
Well, that's what he's talked about in the pre-fight. He did an interview pre-fight, and he was saying that he and his brother are like the only like real like professional fighters. Yeah. Like they come there, shorts and a t-shirt, whatever, like chilling.
To fight,
You know what I mean?
Press conferences and all that.
To the press conference, and they see some guy wearing like some nice suit. He's like, what? Yeah. He's like, this is the fight game, dude. Like this is as real as it gets. You don't come
in a suit, yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing? Getting it twisted. So.
Yeah, like Lee. What's his name? Lee Jiangling. Jiangling. Oh, okay, yeah, he came all suited up.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I respect that. But it's true, like, well,
they're treating it like a business. Of
course,
they're wanting to be professionals.
They're promoting themselves,
and I get it. But at the same time, Diaz is also a different style as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Come in there not in a suit. Not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to recognize that as well.
Exactly.
That's a whole nother style in itself, right?
Yeah. That's another type of character, in the game, in the fight game, as Nate Diaz said.
Well, because you could be super flashy, right? Wear the suit, all designer, everything.
Yep.
And have that kind of a persona. Or you can just have the Nate Diaz persona of like, I don't give a fuck, smoke weed and just chill.
Yeah.
And this is as real
as it gets. This is what it is. Yeah. I'm a real motherfucker. Yeah.
Because people like that too.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. Kind of like how McGregor, McGregor was always, suited up, wearing designer, Gucci, Versace, all that. And,
well, he wanted to stand apart, And
he did.
I think that's a way of them actually standing apart. Because most of the guys go up there, whatever, they're just wearing a regular ass t-shirt.
Yeah.
MMA gym on it, like
exactly.
They don't give a shit or whatever, But that's a whole other side of the business that's been coming into picture more in the recent years. Since McGregor coming out with like 3-piece suits.
Yep.
Like you never saw UFC fighters in like the 2000s that were doing that.
Yeah.
All of those guys came out there like they were just walking out of their gym. Like just some basic t-shirt.
Yeah. I'm glad they're doing that because it really makes it more like prestigious. It makes it more.
Well, they're making it more normalized to society. Because if you just see all these guys in gym gear all the time, and that's their talent, but if they see them in that way with all the gym gear on and stuff, like the public's not going to be as easily to perceive. Or accept them.
Yeah. Not only that, but they're turning themselves into celebrities,
Yeah.
And that's a way to do it is like
that's the new age, Exactly. They need to make money talking.
Yeah. Because they're basically like kind of like a product, like people go to watch them fight. They're entertainers, Yeah. So you got to dress kind of like an entertainer, You're on TV, you're on, YouTube, you're on all these streaming platforms. People want to see you dress nice, they're coming out to see you, they're spending money to come see you dress nice.
They're characters.
Yeah, basically characters.
Well, and the more that they develop the character, the more that people are going to be involved,
Like look at McGregor. I bet you nobody can forget McGregor. Like McGregor is hard to forget because he turned himself into such of an icon of UFC that it's hard to forget.
Well, it was all of it together, right? It was the personality. It was the fashion, right? The style, pulling up in Bentleys and stuff.
Yep.
There was that. And then it was, even if he had all that and he wasn't able to talk, he wouldn't be who he is,
Yeah.
Because, dude, even if you have like dressed nice suits, cars, money, whatever, you can flash it and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you can't talk and you can't back up your game and like actually have like good material of what you're gonna say, like he'd come to the press conferences like prepared.
Yeah.
Like with lines he would hit people with.
Well, think about it. He got reactions out of people.
He got the attention.
It is, you know?
He just got the attention.
The thing is, like, he kept
their attention.
Think about it. You talk shit to somebody and somebody else was watching. They're waiting to see, you know, how you react, you know? Yeah. McGregor was talking a lot of smack. He's good at talking smack. He's good at, like, hitting the nerves, you know? Like, think about it when he was fighting, what's his name? Mayweather.
Yeah.
All the stuff he was saying, Mayweather didn't even know how to respond. You know, Mayweather is just like frozen there, drinking his like cup of like coffee, whatever.
At the same time, though, that's also him choosing not to respond.
True.
You know?
True.
Because he's with someone like Floyd Mayweather, it's like he's been running the game for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got the boxing game on lockdown.
Yeah. You're right.
Was he 50-0? Like,
true.
McGregor's gone and lost, and I know UFC and boxing is completely different, and you know how they decide on fights and the different ways of the sports, how they're different.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, like that's also a character of Floyd to be undefeated and strategically choose who you want to fight.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I just felt like he needed to respond a little more because I mean you're trying to sell a fight.
Yeah, but Floyd's never been in those kind of press conferences.
True.
A lot of his press conferences has been like he's like, I'm the best, and the other guy has a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
You know, like we're talking like
he's never been disrespected.
Yeah.
You know,
like McGregor.
Yeah, like McGregor did. That's why I felt like he didn't know how to respond because he was never put in that situation. You know, ever since he was young, he was just coming up, doing good. Nobody kind of like, well, if you disrespected him, he just put you in your place, right?
By beating you.
Yeah.
But for the time being, there wasn't any words spoken.
But those press conferences, like that size, like all those people, you know, and everybody's like riled up. McGregor's riling everybody up, talking crap to Mayweather, and Mayweather can't even like respond with like a good insult. The only insult that I liked that he said was when they were in the in like a press conference in like a ring, in like a boxing ring, and he was telling Dana White, "Oh, you a pimp and this yo ho."
Yeah.
See, that was a good response. You know, he should have kept doing stuff like that because that really got to McGregor. You could tell he was like, ha ha ha, but it got to him. You know, he kind of internalized it, like, oh shit, he's right. You know.
Yeah, but.
You know, I
don't think Floyd can really read or write though. I'm serious.
That's what they've said, right?
I'm not being fucked up, but
yeah, I've heard about that too.
And also, like when you hit that high of a success, like what's your motive to really like want to develop material?
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, he knows he's already paid out.
Yep.
He knows people already love watching him. So, what more promotion is it going to be of him to read and write material? And then go and say it in a press conference.
Somebody should do it for him.
He's already, for sure someone should do it for him, but maybe he just wants to be authentically himself.
Yeah.
You know? Because honestly, that's all a charade. And it's
hard
hard because you have to assume that you have to step into that persona. You know? I don't know if you've seen Colby Covington.
No.
In the in UFC.
Mm-mm.
He's the guy who wore the Make America Great Again hat.
Okay.
He was promoting, not like promoting Trump, but he was like
supporting
Trump, and brought Donald Trump Jr.'s book onto the stage for a press conference, and he's basically like, I guess, trying to get with the Trump supporters, to draw that audience to him, you know, because he like represents America, and
I can see that.
So, but a big thing for him was that he was going to get cut by the UFC.
Oh wow!
And then he started to put on like this whole charade of this persona, you know, being loud and brash at press conferences, and just being super rowdy, you know.
Well, he was trying to stay alive, you know.
Yeah, well, that was what it was.
You know,
he just had to develop this character so he could stay in the UFC, draw a lot of attention to him, and make money. Yep. You know, and he does well, but a lot of people say, "Oh, well, I've seen him, outside of like the cameras and stuff, and he's a really nice guy, always super chill, like very down to earth, respectful." And it's like the fact that someone can go from like being nice and respectful off camera to like going on camera to being this like crazy like character, just super rowdy and like saying really like grotesque shit about people's families and stuff. Like, dude, he was talking about Usman's family and like how his dad went to jail and all this stuff. And like, dude, like,
really,
heavy shit. You know, he's like airing out their closet. You know,
wow,
like,
yeah.
But I think it's to get a reaction in the public eye and get them to watch his fights.
Exactly, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, how far are you willing to go? You know?
Well, that's his job. You know, at the end of the day, okay, he fights.
It's promotion.
But he's an entertainer.
Yeah.
He's an entertainer. And if you don't entertain anymore, you're gone. You know? You have to be entertaining. People have to want to watch you. Otherwise.
I know, but what's... Like, where do you draw the line? Because you can do a lot of promotion, but you don't have to talk about people's family issues.
Well, maybe he just doesn't know how to entertain. That's the only way he could let it out. That's the only way he could attempt it.
It's going to get lots of reactions.
Definitely.
Because even for me to be speaking about this right now, that's like, I think it's a little too far, but then again, it also engages my emotions a lot.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, you're entertaining it. You know, you're entertaining his act that he does, you know.
But if you're able to capture people and attention, then that's where the money goes.
Oh yeah,
because there could be people that are not, not the smartest, or they may not be speaking the most properly, the most comforting to people. But if they're able to engage people's attention, then they'll watch.
Oh yeah.
Then they'll make money.
Attention is the most important resource on earth. You know, if you really think about it, in the Super Bowl. I think you told me the number the other day.
Well, for not even a Super Bowl commercial, NFL commercial during the season for 30 seconds, it's like 847,000.
Imagine 30 seconds, 840,000?
847.
Okay. And how many people are roughly watching? Do you know? A couple million, right?
I assume. To look it up.
Yeah. Well, anyway, think about it. 30 seconds, 847,000. Some of these people on Instagram and all these social platforms, they get, they're able to get, that kind of reach. I would assume so. They have millions of followers. They put up a post. A lot of people are going to watch it, You can potentially grow to a NFL-sized
brand
advertising income just on social media. Being on Instagram, being on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. It's just crazy to me that companies would pay $847,000 for a 30-second commercial, not even on the Super Bowl. That's insane.
Well, it's only crazy to you because you're not aware that that's what that spot is actually worthy of.
Yeah.
And that it can generate more money on top of that.
Yeah. Companies are
willing to pay. That's the only reason why they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're not spending $850,000.
It's profitable.
Not make any money.
Because if it wasn't profitable, people wouldn't be paying it, Companies
wouldn't be valued that high.
Yeah. So somebody was willing to pay that much because it generated a lot more.
Yeah.
There must be a lot of people watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And acting on the commercials, But yeah, that's crazy stuff. But what about? I wonder what these fighters do after, like a big fight. How do they relax? I know Nate Diaz went to XS. He was telling that Chimaev said, "Hey, meet up, XS, motherfucker." That was pretty funny.
How do they relax? I mean, they just recover.
Recovery, right?
Spend a few days of just
chilling, hanging out.
Chilling, maybe, recovery, like cryo or, cold plunges, ice baths.
Yeah, I wonder if they do. You've seen that guy on YouTube, the guy that swims underneath the ice water.
Yeah.
Wim Hof. Wim Hof. That guy's I really like that guy. You've been showing me some of his breathing exercises. Wow, that thing literally, it has such a positive impact on my life. I've been doing it every night before I go to sleep, and it works. It really, really works. So if you people want something cool in your life that will really relax you and like put you in a good state of mind, try these breathing exercises.
But also not only just good for you in your life, but just beneficial for you and your body.
Definitely.
Like what you get out of it, a stronger immune system, like just the feeling that you get in your body, like that alone, and knowing that you're doing something good for yourself is so pleasing.
Definitely. It's like a super you know how everyone's into like self-improvement and like progress goals and all that. Mm-hmm. I feel like they need to add this to their tool belt. Mm-hmm. Definitely breathing exercises are very important because people buy alkaline water, people eat, fruits, and they listen to like, Dr. Sebi and like his alkaline foods and all that, how to get rid of sickness, fasting, intermittent fasting.
Yeah, but this is like the most shortcut way to alkalinity.
Definitely. I could definitely see that.
And in such an extreme form that you're not even going to attain this level of alkalinity through water and food.
It's crazy, yeah.
It's like supercharging your body.
It is, yeah.
So if you guys haven't seen it, just look up Breathe Along with Wim Hof on YouTube, or guided breathing exercises with Wim Hof. There's a lot of other people as well, so explore on YouTube, but they're all very beneficial and something that I just became aware of. So it's actually pretty wild to think that we're able to do this just through the breath.
It's crazy. I never thought of it before. Because being in an alkaline environment, alkaline just basically means there's a lot of electrons, electricity. When something is acidic, there's a lot less electrons, a lot less electricity, and a net positive charge. So it's crazy because when you literally breathe oxygen, what you're doing is that you're taking electrons from the air and you're distributing them throughout your body. So it totally makes sense. You're taking electricity from the oxygen in the air and you're distributing it throughout your body. You're creating an alkaline environment in your blood, in your body.
And what did you say alkaline is?
Alkalinity is basically having a net negative charge, electrons. Okay,
and what is that?
And that will...
How does that benefit your body?
Because, electrons are used throughout, the body, in your cells for a lot of, biochemical processes, and
like repairing cells and stuff.
Things of that sort. I'm not. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know that electrons are. I think they're used in a lot of cellular processes, kind of like ATP pumps by the mitochondria to make ATP and things of that sort. I can't really remember off the top of my head because it's a subject that I haven't looked up in a long time, but I know that electrons are very beneficial to the human body. That's the reason we breathe air, is for electron capture. That's the whole point of breathing in oxygen.
Another crazy thought is that what Wim Hof says is that the breath is so important to us as humans because the breath is always with us until we leave this earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
that's
you come
crazy.
into the world,
you breathe, take your first
breath,
breath,
and then you're never gonna stop breathing, right?
Yeah, you don't stop.
That's
crazy.
Kind of wild.
That's insane. I never thought of that. Wow.
Yeah. So you would assume then that the breath is so important and you could probably do wonders. So now it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Of why it's so impactful.
Yeah, you definitely have to explore the powers of breathing. I'm sure there's certain things you could do to, activate other states of consciousness, just using your breath. Because, like blood oxygen saturation, like that's very important. And a lot of people mess their bodies up by smoking tobacco, smoking marijuana, vaporizing and all that. It's just crazy to think that, we would do that to our own bodies, Of course, these things give you like a different state of mind. I understand the pros and the cons, but just long-term abuse of these things is just like really bad. People should focus on breathing.
Yeah.
It's very important. It's changed. It's done a big change in my life. I'm pretty sure in yours too, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's why I shared it with you.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, impactful to me that I wanted to share with you as well. So
yeah,
it's amazing.
It's something you should have learned.
Truly amazing that we even have access to this kind of information.
I know this information should be well known,
and even for anyone just listening to this right here, like the fact that this is being spread even further as well is really a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's the power of the internet. I love that. I love that. We have access to all this information for basically free. All you have to do is distinguish the real from the fake. There's a lot of bad information out there too. Gotta be careful. But nonetheless, there's a lot of it.
Yeah, but this stuff will get out. I feel like the good will always rise to the top.
Exactly. And not only that, but we will reference it. You know what I mean? Like through word of mouth. If it's worked for us, we tell our buddies, we tell our family, hey, try this, try that. And that's how I feel like the good information
we're telling people right now.
Yeah, kind of comes out, to the top.
Yeah.
And the bad stuff will just stay, hidden.
It won't go very far.
Exactly. Yeah. If I'm working out and I'm drinking this protein and I'm getting jacked, I'm going to tell my buddies, hey, I've been working out and drinking this protein. That's what's been working for me, and sleeping, But if I'm working out and I'm drinking this protein, I'm getting skinnier, I'm getting fatter, I'm not going to tell people about it. I'm not going to recommend it, because it's not working.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's also people that also don't want to share information like this,
That's true.
Like,
they want to keep it to
you'll
themselves.
go to the gym and you'll drink a protein shake or, have a good meal.
Yeah.
And, they look at it like it may...
it's a secret.
It may benefit someone else. And
they don't want it to.
And they don't want to benefit someone else because they're afraid that person's going to be seen above them.
Yeah.
And they don't like at all costs, they want to be seen above everyone.
Exactly. People with a lot of ego.
What is that?
That's the ego, man. That's people's ego getting in the way, of just like the betterment of humankind, Yeah,
I think the most important thing is to realize that we're all not here forever.
Exactly.
So might as well help another, because you don't know what that can do for them in their life,
Well, if you think about it, helping other people is how you get rich. It's how you make money. People pay you for information and knowledge that they don't have access to.
People pay you for that, and in a more general scheme of things, you are paid based on the value that you give to humanity.
Exactly.
Look at why Jeff Bezos is doing so well with Amazon and paid so much, because Amazon gives so much value to, I don't know if it's worldwide, but
it is worldwide. Yeah.
Just alone, the people that I know, like Amazon is so beneficial for them in their lives.
That's
saves
so
them a ton of trip to the store.
Yep.
They can just go on there, boom, order it.
Variety. They get
literally gets there in like 2 days, and
Yep.
then they're able to return it if they want.
Exactly. How much better can that get? But in order to make a lot of money, you have to serve others, and you have to solve big problems, to make big money. The bigger the problem, the bigger the money. And I think so. But yeah, we shouldn't be scared to help other people. We shouldn't be, looking to put others down or not give them beneficial information. What you can do is you can charge for it. You know, if you have this info and people need it, you can charge for it. But don't just withhold it. You know, that's like a shitty thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if your buddy's in a rut and he's like broke and you know a way that he can get out and start making some money, you know, why wouldn't you tell him? Because you're scared he's gonna, you know, come up and do better than you. Like, you know, that shouldn't be a reason. But yeah, a lot of people do that. You're right.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on, but at the same time, like, this just, again, forces us to focus on the good side of it. You know? Because we're all here. No one's better than another spiritually. You know, so
yeah,
everyone should feel like they're the best to themselves. You
exactly.
know? And that's all that matters.
Should be a net positive effect. You know, we shouldn't bring each other down. We should bring each other up. You know,
yeah.
Just like they say, if you want to go fast, I think go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And also, the biggest companies, the most valuable companies in the world, are not a one-person team. You know, it's like it's like, multiple
dude, you
people.
can't even get it done.
You can't.
Like,
you need
how could Jeff Bezos do Amazon with himself?
By himself? It's impossible.
Or even 5 people. I mean, they need hundreds of employees at the warehouses,
exactly.
Delivery drivers. Like, you get everyone involved, you know?
You have to. You know, so if you have that mentality where I'm not going to share this information with other people because, you know, they might be better than me, you're most likely in a bad place. You know, and I say most likely because, you know, not everybody's in a bad place financially or, you know, mentally, but you could be headed that way, you know? So always share the information that you know with your friends and family. It could, you know, be a good effect.
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, that could be the break that someone needed to hear.
Exactly.
You know, and if you can be that light, that's, you know, I believe in karma and everything's going to come around.
Exactly.
And, you know.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And they'll look at you as like an authority, you know. They'll see like, wow, like this guy showed me how to do this and changed my life. I trust this guy, you know. And trust is like the most valuable thing, you know. Companies kill for trust.
Trust or respect, you know.
Both, you know. But you only do business with people you trust. You only do transactions with people you trust. If you don't trust the guy, you don't give him your money.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be able to develop trust, and it's very important.
Yeah, I think that's one of like one of the most important things for us to realize is like we're all one, you know.
Yeah.
Some people get the credit and stuff, and you know that's great to get praise and, you know, attention and to be looked at in a good light, but it should also come in a good way. Yeah. You know, because some people do get recognized for, you know, pulling up here and they got a, you know, nice new car, Ferrari and like, you know, and that's great, you know, but what if they're not a pleasant person to be around? What if they're not, like, they walk through, you know, you're at your golf club and they're walking through the locker room and like they're not very approachable.
Yeah, they don't say hi, you know, disrespectful.
You know what that's going to do, though, is that's going to deter you from even wanting to be around the person.
Exactly.
And therefore, it's not going to allow that person to even serve people.
It's a net negative effect.
You know? Because then that person wouldn't serve anyone.
Yeah.
If no one wants to be around them, then that person's not going to serve anyone.
Yeah. He's not going to have the opportunity to serve.
Yeah, then he's not going to have opportunities.
Then his income will be, you know, his income or his opportunities will diminish, you know? It's important to do good business and to be a good person.
Do you think Jeff Bezos is a good guy to be around?
I think
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, but I've seen his social media, you know, and it looks like the guy likes to party. The guy's been getting jacked. He's been getting fit. Like, oh, yeah? You know, you don't just, you know, I'm sure he has a good time. He looks like a good time.
He's around these models. He's at such a life He's at such a stage in his life where he can do that. You know, he can fix all his time on that.
Yeah.
Because he fixed all his time on building Amazon.
Yeah.
So he built Amazon, and now it's like, I don't know how much work he does every day on it, but like
Who knows?
It's probably being run by his employees or other head officers of the company. You know?
Yeah, they're taking care of it. I'm sure he's still a big part of it, you know, making, you know, executive decisions and all that. But yeah,
you know, because it's not like he's like just like the head of the company and like is saying everything that happens. Like there's people that are doing things, you know, and if something happens, then they'll come to him.
Yeah,
you know, but there's a lot of authority that's diversified throughout the company, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Especially being a publicly traded company, you know, they've
so you think he serves a lot of people though?
Oh yeah.
I mean, certainly in terms of the business, but in terms of himself personally and how he is to be around.
Well, I think that I think he's managed to extract. How would you say it? He's managed to create an entity which he controls that does a lot of serving.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to personally serve yourself, but you have to create some sort of serving machine. You know, either through a product or a service or both. But it has to serve. That's the only way to exchange money. You know, it's for a product or a service or information. You know, that's what people pay money for. Tell me one thing that people pay money for that's not a product, a service, or information. It's hard to think of something, you know?
Well, I mean, I guess if someone's in a tight and they need, you know, $1,000, you're providing them a service.
That's a service, you know? They get a loan, you're giving them a loan service. If somebody needs a car, you know, you're selling a car. That's a product.
Yeah, I mean, all of it.
Or somebody wants to grow, they get an education, sell them information, you know? I think right now...
Which is a service, though.
It's a service, yeah. Teaching is a service.
Yeah, product or service.
And the product is the information, you know? That's, you know, they're just consuming it, they're absorbing it, they're remembering it. And I think that's the new gold mine is information. Knowing how to do things, certain things, or knowing how to create things is the new...
yeah, I mean, you can make a YouTube channel on, you know, repairing cars.
Yeah, anything. iPhones.
You know, fixing TVs.
Fixing iPhones. Know, how to make a
chairs.
Podcast. Yeah. How to build chairs.
Yeah.
I feel like the how-to industry is really...
how to frame a photo.
Yeah. How to make a cup of matcha.
How to install carpet.
Yeah, all of that. You know, that's super important. If you can make how-to videos, those are some of the most beneficial videos you can make.
And you know what? Anyone can do them as long as they're putting out the right information.
Yeah.
As long as they're saying the right things and are showing the proper...
If you get the results.
Instructions. Yeah, if you get the results.
You know? If you're like, how to make a cup of matcha.
But why would someone want to come to you? That's the most important thing, right?
Because you know how to do it.
Right, but that's the thing, though. You need to have something that you know how to do.
Yeah.
It's that specialized knowledge.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. Well, you know how to do a lot of things. A lot of people know how to do a lot of things. They just don't realize they know how to do a lot of things. Like, can you tie your shoe? Not everybody knows how to tie their shoe.
Can someone go to the gym 3 days a week?
Yeah.
4 days a week? You know, if you and I go to the gym 3-4 days a week, we know how to do that.
Yeah. And maybe the way we do it could be beneficial for somebody else. That's why I'm saying we think that the things we don't know are not valuable because we've known them our whole life and we think it's general knowledge. But it's not the case.
Yeah, we just believe that that's all we know. Like, yeah, that's just what we know.
Yeah, everybody knows that, right?
Yeah.
Some people don't know how to get up to the gym.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do that. Some people don't even know what a workout is. You know, like they don't know how to work out. They get to the gym and they're like, okay, what do I do? Like we know, okay, well, let's do a workout, you know? Let's, you know, push movement, pull movements, you know, legs, abs, whatever. You know, we have a workout, you know? They don't know how to create a workout. You know, so that information it's out there.
Yeah, I got an app.
Yeah.
For $60 a year.
That's all I'm saying.
I just go, whenever I go to the gym, just go on the app and then choose the workout. And it shows me what sets, what reps.
There it is.
I click done. It does like a 30-second, 2-minute rest period.
Yeah.
And then boom, next set. And then you just follow the whole app, and it's nice and easy because then I don't have to think, okay, what is my next exercise going to be?
It's basically,
or am I doing too much today?
Yeah.
Am I doing too little today?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That's interesting. You brought that up because I feel like people love that. They love to be well structured.
Yeah.
So if you can structure somebody's day, somebody's workout, somebody's meals, somebody's education, because a lot of people, you know, they go throughout life and they do things that are already structured for them. You know?
Yeah.
So you go to school because it's already done for you. Parents sign up.
It's already planned.
Yeah, it's already planned.
Your
kid's gonna learn this and that. Okay, well, you have a program.
Drop them off there at 8:00 in the morning.
Yeah, there it is.
Up at 2:00.
And they're learning. You know, because it's hard to teach your kid by yourself. You know,
they already put the system in place.
But think about it.
What you need to do is install a system in your life.
Exactly.
I want to go to the gym. All right, 3 days a week. I need to decide: am I going to go at 6 a.m. or am I going to go at 6 p.m.?
Create your system.
What are you going to do?
You know? Especially, you know, like if you have a goal, make a system. Be like, every day I'm going to do this, and that, and then this is the goal. Like in school, you're going to go to school every day. Kindergarten, first grade, second grade, fifth grade, ninth grade, 12th grade, college, graduate. Boom, you got the diploma. Now you can go work. And like I was telling you the other day, everything you learn in school basically helps you become the best employee that you can be.
Yeah, they're not trying to create CEOs.
They're not trying to create entrepreneurs. They're not trying to let people think for themselves, solve problems for themselves. They don't want people like that. They already have those.
Yeah, they don't want people thinking that they're authority.
Exactly.
Because you're going through the whole school program looking at the authority.
Exactly. So think about it.
And you're looking at it as the school is the authority.
Yep.
That's the authority right there. But they've also delegated that to the teachers. But the teacher's part of the school, so everything's still part of the school. Still is the part authority.
So she's still playing her role.
Yeah,
you know,
they're giving her a paycheck. She's going home.
Yep. She's like, you got to teach. They tell her you got to teach the kids this. She's like, okay. Like she's not, like, you know,
bad things though.
Yeah.
Like they're putting things in these books at schools now that the teachers are just reciting.
Exactly. They're just regurgitating.
I don't understand.
It's crazy.
I think that. I feel like they should have more of a responsibility personally to question the information.
They definitely do. And I'm sure some teachers do.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody's a, you know, robot just, you know, teaching the curriculum. I'm sure, you know.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so
know.
too.
I haven't seen any of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really concerned for the, you know, the education that
for the future
the youth are getting.
But then again, we're also getting a huge education on YouTube and Google and
yeah,
you know, the internet, you know, different websites. Like
it's insane.
You can educate yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
right now we live in a time where you can literally be whatever you want to be. You can have a bat at it, you know?
Well, through the internet, I found all the ways to start a podcast.
Yeah.
What equipment to buy, everything, look, you know, and here we are.
And here we are. That's crazy.
So the information's there. We just need to become more aware of it.
Yeah. And the thing is also another thing that they never taught you in school is how to act like on information, how to take action.
Yeah. What
they did was they gave you assignments and then you had to do them. And your GPA was based on how well
they just told you to do this. But maybe you need to treat yourself that way as well.
Yes, exactly. Well, I think you need to hold yourself to a higher standard.
Well, I'm saying like give yourself a command and follow it.
Oh yeah, you need to be the teacher for yourself. Yeah.
But at the same time, you're also dictating what is that.
Yeah.
Am I going to be a drill sergeant in the military and wake up at 5 a.m., go to bed at 8 o'clock at night? Like, am I going to be that hard on myself? You know, like that's how you gauge it. You know, you have to gauge it. And that's what living life is. You know, you find out what you like and what you don't like. And you find ways to push yourself more and out of your comfort zone more every day. But at the same time, you're also like, you know, what life do I want to live?
Yeah,
you know?
It's hard because not a lot of people have had a lot of experiences. So it's hard for them to choose what they want to spend a good portion of their life on because they've never experienced it. Think about it. People who are like, I want to be a police officer. All of a sudden, they spend years and years of their life trying to be a police officer only to find out that they hate the damn job, you know? And they're like, oh, my God, I've already built a career out of this. You got to
look at that lifestyle and see if that's the lifestyle you want to live. Exactly. Who's doing that I can look at to see what their lifestyle is like? Yeah. You know?
See, asking that question is a skill of its own.
Yeah. That comes through experience. And just life, you know,
and
experience and maturity.
Dude, 18 years old, they make you make a crazy important life decision. You know, what are you going to study? What's your career? I feel like they're not ready yet at 18 years old. They're ready to be molded into whatever it is.
But I don't even think that they're even shown what careers there even are.
Exactly. But they do that on
purpose. They only know what they know. And they're like,
math, algebra.
Yeah, I'm good at math.
History.
I'm going to stay there.
Blah, blah, blah.
You know.
But they've never had the opportunity to shadow a doctor or an engineer or an entrepreneur like a Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, you know? So they don't really know what they want to do. And also there is no they should have access to more career development tools like personality tests, you know? Because based on your personality, you could be better at a certain job, you know? And I feel like they don't do enough to really put people in the best position they could be in, you know? Which is my issue.
Yeah, but they're not looking to put people in the best position.
And that's why I feel like we need to do that for our youth.
Whoa.
You know, and I want to create something like that.
Maybe we're doing that right now with this episode right here.
Yeah, well, that's what I remember. I told you.
For the people that are listening to this right now, like, yeah.
You know?
And there's people that are going to be hearing this for years.
Yeah.
And they may find this at some point in their life.
And that's why I think we need to provide that resource for the youth.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to stay stuck.
That's the most important thing because it's actually that's like the gateway.
Yeah, it's like the seed in their
life, you know,
planted in their head.
But I'm saying, like, if we could hit the youth early, that's like the gateway to the rest of their lives.
To lasting change, yeah.
All right, I gotta take a piss.
Okay.
Let's hold this though.
Why don't we just wrap this up and we'll continue another day.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Well, wow, that was very interesting for us to end on that. There's a lot of different ways that people can find, but they also have to just sit and ask themselves.
Yeah.
You know, sit and just ask yourself, brainstorm, you know, think about it. Look up, you know, what that lifestyle would be like. You know, do I want to be a stand-up comedian?
Yeah.
Well, I can do it by making videos online. I can do it by, you know, going to different comedy clubs.
Yep.
All over the United States. Well, you're going to be gone from your friends and family for a long time.
Yeah.
Traveling all over the country.
You got to be willing.
You know, are you willing to travel every 2 days? Whatever weekend they do gigs, you know? Or you want to be an engineer, you know, you're going to go work for a company like Qualcomm.
Yeah.
You know, do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Do you want to live that life?
Are you ready for that?
You know, like just think about what it is that you want to do and what lifestyle you want to live.
Question.
Because
you always have to question.
The most important thing is the lifestyle because you can make money doing anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anything. anything.
Literally.
There's someone who made the tripod that these cameras are on.
Yeah.
Who make these microphones.
There's a girl selling bath water on the internet right now.
That's a little different.
You can do anything.
So,
try
it. And that's the other thing too, is don't be ashamed to try and feel things out and, truly find what it is that you groove with, what you like to do.
Yeah. And that's another thing they knock out of you in school is trying and failing. When you fail, they make you feel bad about it.
They shame you.
Yeah. Which is why I say school is for employees. So,
hey, there's nothing wrong with getting a D on a test, failing a course. Like, don't stop, though. Yeah. And that's the only thing that's wrong. Just don't stop.
And there's nothing wrong with being an employee. Just know that you might be getting the short end of the stick. And if you're okay with that, cool, you're okay with that. But if you want more for your life, you have to kind of get out of the employee mindset. So maybe we'll touch on some of that stuff next podcast that we do.
I hope this helped.
Yeah, definitely.
And stay tuned for more. So
yeah,
we'll see y'all.
Yeah, you guys have a good one.